Hey Scorpios, I'm Jacine, also known as Tempest Trade, and this is your energy check-in. These messages may resonate if you have the Scorpio Zodiac anywhere in your chart. Please use discernment when listening to these messages, as not all messages are for you. If you're interested in a private one-on-one session, you can go to my Linktree, Tempest Trade, in the description below. Or check out any of my social media to also see what my Reiki energy healing and my sound healing practices and sessions are like. Let's get started. So what do these Scorpios need to know right now? Also in the background, I have randomized songs playing, all songs across YouTube, Spotify. And the very first song that actually popped up randomly is Bryan Adams' Summer of '69. So we'll see if these songs resonate with your reading. Ooh, that fell out into my lap. And it landed sideways. So Page of Wands. This could indicate that maybe some of you are motivated, are enthusiastic towards manifesting, creating, going after something. And maybe some of you are a bit naive, a bit impulsive, possibly allowing your emotions to get the better of you and not in the best of ways. If this isn't for some of you and the other part of you, then this could mean that you're maybe transitioning from being impulsive, being a bit naive, being a bit over emotional, towards being more steadfast towards specific goals and specific manifestations or creative endeavors that you are trying to pursue. Or this could also mean that maybe you are trying to pursue some new manifestation goals and creative endeavors, but you might be getting sidetracked or distracted. Let's get some more information. But the simple fact that Wands has come out first, and the very first song is Summer of '69. Giggity. Wands also represents passion too. So like relationship passion, sacral chakra passion. Ooh, cards almost popped out. Ten of Cups in the sideways. So this is giving me the feeling that maybe you don't exactly know what your happy ever after is, or maybe you are trying to pursue a happy ever after, but whatever it is that you're trying to pursue isn't exactly a good fit for you. The next song that has just come on is Lunch by Billie Eilish. What I'm also feeling is maybe you are trying to achieve your happy ever after, or maybe you're trying to discover it. And again, you're being a little sidetracked, a little distracted, or maybe a little bit more impulsive than you should be. And maybe your impulsivity is pulling you away from the Ten of Cups happy ending that you actually want. Cups is about emotional fulfillment and happiness. So let's see what else the cards have to say. I'm looking at the lyrics for Lunch. If I'm allowed, I'll help you take them off the clothes. So could this be in regards to a relationship, Scorpios? Two of Swords in the upright. The Two of Swords is about making choices and understanding that you are the only one that can make these choices. Swords is about the element of air, and the element of air represents clarity of mind, focus, knowing exactly what it is. 2:22 p.m. on the clock, so 2:22. Knowing exactly what it is that you want, and not allowing yourself to be distracted, confused. But the Two of Swords, it's like you do have to make a choice. What choice are you trying to make, Scorpios? Is it about a new beginning, some type of passionate, creative venture that you're trying to do, like maybe a job or a project? Or is it a relationship? I wonder. Oh, we have the Three of Cups in the reversal, followed by the Eight of Swords in the upright. I was wondering if the Eight of Swords was going to pop out, because the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords, they are sort of similar, because the Two of Swords is about a choice. The Eight of Swords is about it's kind of like in the traditional tarot deck, the Eight of Swords is a woman that is bound, blindfolded, but she's bound with a bunch of swords around her, and she can essentially set herself free, since she's not really tied up. She looks like it, but the binds are loose. Like, she can just pull herself out of it if she wanted to. And this Three of Cups in the reversal, the next song that came on is 21 Pilots, Ride. The Three of Cups in the reversal is possibly gossip, slander, people talking behind your back. It could also indicate three's a crowd type of situation, third party, people being involved in your personal romantic relationships, let's say that type of third party. So this could indicate that maybe you are around people that aren't exactly good for you. People that might party for the wrong reasons, or people that might overindulge excessively in certain things. This, again, could also be, if it's a relationship type of standpoint, then maybe you're dealing with someone that kind of has a tendency to mess around behind your back. Remember, this is a collective. These readings are for multiple people, so use your discernment. Because if, for example, you are trying to pursue certain goals, certain jobs, certain projects, maybe you are around people that distract you, people that might influence you to spend more time having fun versus actually putting work into your creative endeavors, your jobs, your goals. In which case, these Swords cards are here to remind you that you are ultimately responsible for your mindset, and you're ultimately responsible for your choices. And you do have a few choices, which is allowing people to influence you or step back from those influences, because you really have to think, what does it take to get your happy ever after? Whether that happy ever after is, it's funny because in this song, Ride, it says, I've been thinking too much. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I think you really need to ask yourself, what do you really want in life? What really makes you happy? Where do you see yourself going? And how is it that you're going to get there? Because maybe you're spending too much time with people that kind of pull you away from the actual life that you want. And having fun is a great thing. It's fun. But you also need to be productive in a sense, especially if there are certain things you want to accomplish. Now, if you're trying to build a relationship, I know the Lovers card isn't out here, but if you're trying to build a relationship, then you need to choose your partners wisely, because you can't really build a happy ever after if you have a partner that indulges way too much in other things. But again, you're the only one that can make these choices by really thinking about what you want. Let's get some clarification. The next song is Justin Timberlake, Rock Your Body. And I'm just letting these random songs play. So, clarification on the Page of Wands in the sideways. Oh, that was quick. So we have repressed memory and we have lost. That's interesting. So repressed memory is compartmentalizing. Maybe you've experienced some things and you're kind of setting it aside, out of sight, out of mind type of situation. Or maybe someone else is trying to tell you that's not how it happened. Or they're trying to, in essence, like manipulate your memory in a way. So it could be either you choosing to put some of your memories aside, like trauma responses, or it could be someone else trying to tell you, like, don't think about that. Past is the past. And this card, Lost, it is essentially you are lost. You either make a wrong turn, but eventually on that wrong turn, you might make this discovery, or something might come to the surface. Something lost might return. This could also be, for example, if you have lost some of your creative spark, if you have lost your drive, your momentum, if you have lost your passion, this could be a result of some type of experience that kind of caused you to lose your spark. Something that maybe something happened, maybe with other people, that put you inside your head. And because you're inside your head due to certain experiences with other people, it's caused you to be a little stagnant and not really work towards your goals, work towards the happy ending that you actually really want for yourself. So again, use your discernment. You could have different interpretations because collective, so different people. Let's get clarification on the Ten of Cups in the sideways. Strangling vines in the reversal. So something was or is currently keeping you kind of stuck, and strangling vines is like around the throat. So maybe there's some things that you can't really speak about, or maybe like you feel a little choked up about something. Especially if it's about happy ever after, your happy endings. Maybe something you experienced still kind of hurts you and it makes it hard to like speak up for yourself a little bit. Strangling vines in the reversal is like, speak. Don't allow yourself to be silent. Don't speak your dreams. The very first step towards creation and manifesting is to think it. The very next step is to speak it. And the next step after that is to do it. And then after that, believe it. Continue to keep that forward momentum, those step by steps. So whatever it is that's kind of like keeping you silent, or whatever is keeping you pulled back in some type of way, you need to find a way to work through it, and you need to not let it keep you back. Next song is Wiz the MC, and the song title is Show Me Love. And I think that's interesting because, again, that 10 of Cups. Honorable mention card, mother or aunt. I don't know, maybe a mother or an aunt figure could be significant in regards to this reading. Maybe not. Take that with a grain of salt. So yeah, don't allow people to keep you silent, and don't silence yourself. Don't hold yourself back. If you want something, say it, and then do it. Go after it. Let's get clarification on the Two of Swords in the upright. That was quick. Embarrassment in the reversal. So this card symbolizes that you could have gone through some embarrassing situations. Maybe some people put you in certain situations that were embarrassing. Maybe some people have a tendency to remind you about embarrassing situations that you experienced. But in the reversal, it's giving me the sense of, don't allow those experiences, again, like with the strangling vines, don't allow those experiences to affect you. Especially when paired with the Two of Swords, which is making that choice. You need to make the choice to move past certain things. You need to make the choice to not allow certain things to embarrass you. Now it's 2:34 p.m., 2:34, 2:34, leveling up, moving forward. So move past whatever it was, whatever situation it was that made you feel powerless, or made you feel less than, or made you feel small. And if people laugh at you, oh well. Oh well. Let's get information on Three of Cups in the reversal. Now, I just had this thought. Since Three of Cups is about party celebration, and in the reversal, it could either mean like overindulgence, excessive partying, or people being like mean behind your back. This might mean that people might have been like joking about you, talking about you, playing prank on you, like those kinds of things. Next song is Blackout by Emilia. And that's interesting because blackout is kind of like that repressed memory, keeping something, like blacking it out from your memory. But blackout could also mean overindulgence to the point where you're no longer really there. So let's get clarification on the Three of Cups in the reversal. Ooh. Childhood lessons in the reversal. This is a loaded card. So childhood lessons is typically about, of course, self-explanatory. There are certain things in your childhood that you learn from and grow from. In the reversal, this is giving me two different interpretations. Either one, there are still certain things in your adolescent years, in your upbringing, your childhood years, that you probably still need to work through, or certain things that you need to come to terms with. Or this could indicate that certain people that you are connected to, friends, family, colleagues, relationship partners, it could mean that they still have some growing to do, that they still need to learn some lessons from their childhood, which could be the reason why they are overindulgent in certain things, or why they party too hard, why they are excessive in certain areas, or maybe why certain people involve third parties behind your back, or gossip about you, or gossip in general. So again, either you still have certain things to learn through your childhood years, and maybe some of those things that you need to learn is how to avoid certain people that are actually bad influences. And maybe this could mean that you are around certain people that still need healing and work and growing to do. And it's interesting because the Page of Wands, at least in the tarot, in the hierarchy of the tarot, the Page is the beginner, the amateur. The Knight is the next level up. The Queen is the next level up. And then the King, the next level up. And then on top of that, the Emperor and the Empress. So, given that we have this childhood lessons and we began the reading with the Page, which is kind of that child, that beginner, this is kind of connecting where there's a bit more growing to do. And the best way to grow is to have that clarity of mind, making those choices and understanding that you're the only one that can make those choices. Let's get clarification for the Eight of Swords in the upright. Almost popped. Next song is Billie Eilish, When the Party's Over. Look at that. Remember, this Three of Cups reversal, partying too hard, over excessive partying, overindulgence. Fork in the road. I was just talking about choices. And look, fork in the road is in the reversal, which means that maybe a choice is yet to be made, or maybe you are making the wrong choices. Because in the upright, you have a choice. You have like two choices, and they're important choices. But in the reversal, either you're not making the choices, or choices will soon come up, or the choices have already passed and you've kind of chosen poorly. The bottom of the deck, false memory. Okay, another memory card. False memory is more of manipulation. This is more like you are trying to convince yourself that something isn't what you think it is, or someone else is trying to convince you. Either way, it's something that isn't real, something that isn't right, something that never happened. It was a trick. It was a play of the mind. Are you trying to convince yourself that there's certain choices you don't need to make? Or are you trying to convince yourself that, like that dog sitting in the burning house, this is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Or are other people trying to do that to you? Are they trying to convince you that everything's okay when it's kind of not okay? Again, you need to get clear on your mind. You're the only one that can do that. And this, especially with the two memory cards, is essentially at the beginning and the end, and everything in between it. This does seem like a lot of back and forth between what is right, what isn't right, what's real, what's not real. Especially with how you view something or how you think about something versus how others view something and how others think about something. It's like people being on different pages and trying to convince each other that, no, we're on the same page. And at the core of it, it's like, no, you're not actually on the same page. Next song is Drake featuring Chris Brown, Not You Too. Let's get clarification on this Page of Wands, repressed memory, and lost. Ooh. Bread for the hunt. This card says, some see the world as a place of infinite wonder and knowledge. Some see it as an infinite dinner plate. I think it's interesting how this card comes out underneath the Page of Wands, which is motivation, inspiration, creativity, passion, or impulsivity, naivete, possible mood swings, or immaturity. So I think this card is definitely a call to ask yourself, do you view the world as infinite possibilities and wonder? Or do you view the world as a battlefield? And especially with the repressed memory and lost, did you lose some of your wonder and inspiration because other people view the world as a battlefield? Food for thought. Food. Dinner plate. Food for thought. But it's definitely a call to reignite your spark for life. Reignite the possibilities of life within you. Because if you want this happy ever after, you have to believe it. You have to believe that you can achieve it, and then you have to do the steps to do it. Ooh, cards. Let's not fall apart now. Okay, let's get information or more clarity on Ten of Cups with Strangling Vines. Okay, that card fell out onto the floor. And it fell out sideways. Quick draw. That makes sense. Quick draw, think about it like a cowboy or any type of like artillery gunslinger. Quick. The quicker your reflexes, the quicker that you can identify an enemy or identify a bad thought, identify a habit, a bad habit, anything of that nature. If you can quick draw and see it, call it, eliminate it, shoot it, you can stop it from hurting you. You can stop it from influencing you, from changing you, from altering your path, your life, your destiny. And in the sideways, this is giving me the sense that you might not have the habit or the tendency to quickly identify what is not good for you, because there are certain mindsets, habits, certain people, certain routines, certain jobs, just all sorts of different things that could take you away from your happy ever after. A lot of things that can keep you stuck and stagnant in certain things that you don't actually want for yourself, but you need to be able to see it, and you need to be able to quickly say no, 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 no. The next song, Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? I feel like this, and there's a lot of Billie Eilish songs playing, and this is randomized songs. So maybe you like Billie Eilish. But again, what was I made for? That really does give me this Page of Wands, repressed memory and lost, and this infinite wonders versus a battlefield dinner plate. Like, why are you here? What are you trying to achieve? And then at the same time, these mind cards of figuring yourself out, making the choices, having more focus, more clarity. So some of you might be learning to identify things faster. Some of you might still have a problem with understanding or knowing what's good for you, what's not for you. But it seems as though like you're starting to have this clarity, like it's starting to actually show up in your mind that, okay, I actually need to make some choices here. No cards, let's stay together. We're going to get information on this Two of Swords and this embarrassment card. Ooh. Toxic Nim in the upright. Toxic people, toxic mindsets, toxic patterns, toxic habits, unhealthy people, unhealthy mindsets. That is what you need to identify, the choices you need to make. It could be certain people that, again, still need healing, and part of their unhealed habits are to embarrass other people. Maybe one of your unhealed habits is to feel embarrassed about what you truly want in life, and because you feel embarrassed about it, you don't actually pursue your goals, your dreams, or anything that truly makes you happy. But it seems as though, again, this fork in the road, you have to make a choice. You can't spend your life sitting in the back seat of your own life. You have to realize that you're the only one that can take the wheel of your life and drive. Let's get information on this Three of Cups with childhood lessons. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. I find it interesting when cards spin, depending on the card. Let's see. The card is Boots of Speed, and it came out in the reversal. Click your heels and become the wind. But you saw how it spun, right? So given that Boots of Speed is about movement, and the fact that it spun for like a good second or two, it like, especially underneath the Ten of Cups card on top of the strangling vines, I feel like maybe like you're running in circles. And that's the reason why you can't move. That's the reason why the Boots of Speed is in the reversal, because you're kind of like going around in circles in your head and you're not moving. Like, of course, you can't move if you're going around in circles. You need to move forward. You need to move forward. So whatever it is, I think you're going around in circles about what makes you happy. Sometimes, especially with this Three of Cups in the reversal, because it's celebration with other people, sometimes you have to leave behind certain people to actually get the life that you want, because this Ten of Cups, there's more people at this banquet table. If you take a look at it, it's a banquet table, and people are having they're having dinner, they're celebrating, but there's more people here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10 people here versus 3 people on this cup. And this 3 of cups. Did I say 3 of pentacles? I wonder if I said 3 of pentacles. I meant 3 of cups. If I did, I'm sorry. But this reverse 3 of cups, it really is giving me the feeling like you might have to leave behind certain people that maybe you thought were good for you, but when you leave them behind, what you don't see, what you don't know is that you're going to walk into a better community for you, a better friendship group, a better family group, a better work group, where there is actual happiness, actual like family, camaraderie, celebration, more people, more blessings, more happiness, more of everything. And I know in the moment when you have to walk away from certain people or places, it may not feel like you're going to have more because you're letting things go. But when we let things go, we are making space to have other things come into our life. And I feel like with this reverse boots of speed, especially since it's underneath the 3 of cups and the childhood lessons, I feel like you are hesitant on leaving certain people behind, on leaving certain spaces that maybe you're used to, even if it's inside your own head. Like maybe there's certain habits that that you need to change and you need to get rid of, or certain mindsets that you need to get rid of. And maybe those mindsets and those habits are connected to old childhood lessons that maybe you didn't exactly learn, or you didn't really grow from. And that's kind of what's keeping you, again, running in circles right underneath your happy ever after. Next song is, who is this? Pitbull featuring T-Pain. Hey baby, drop it on the floor. Drop it on the floor, as we're talking about leaving people behind. Let's get clarification on this 8 of Swords with the fork in the road. Myojin of cryptic dreams. So you could be receiving some dream messages or some signs and synchronicities or guidances in your dreams, or you could be having certain dreams and it might be really weird, but pay attention to them. Pay attention to your dreams, because there's probably some information in there that could be important about the decisions you need to make. Sometimes your subconscious can talk to you in your dreams. Sometimes, if you believe in the universe, in gods, goddesses, in ancestors and spirit guides or spirits, sometimes they can communicate with you in your dreams. Because in your dreams, you are in a more relaxed state to actually receive certain guidances and certain messages that otherwise, if you were conscious and awake, you probably would ignore it. So pay attention to your dreams. It might have to do with, again, this 8 of Swords. I did mention how you're tied up, but you're not actually tied up. It's really just it's inside your head. And this reverse fork in the road, you're tied up about certain decisions that you need to make, possibly convincing yourself that you don't need to make certain decisions. When pay attention to your dreams. Ooh, another thing, your happy ever after. That's also a dream, as in that's the dream that you want to create, the life of your dreams. So not only pay attention to the dreams you have when you are sleeping, but pay attention to the dreams that you want to achieve. Let's get clarification on this false memory card that's at the bottom of the deck. So that card didn't want to go back into the deck, so this is the card. Explosive impact. Okay. This indicates that whatever false memories you have, whoever, whether it's yourself that's trying to convince yourself that certain things didn't happen, or if it's other people trying to convince you that certain things didn't happen, like the gaslighting, the manipulation, maybe you gaslighting yourself or someone else gaslighting you. Whatever it is, it actually impacts you a lot. Next song is The Weeknd, Can't Feel My Face. So whatever it is that, whatever gaslighting is taking place, it is about something that actually hurts and something that actually could change the course of this. Bottom of the deck is Purgatory in the reversal. Purgatory, as most of us know, is a space where people are stuck and they are mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually tortured. They are imprisoned in a place that they cannot leave. And usually the only way you can leave is if you atone for something or if you are forgiven for something. Given that Purgatory is in the reversal, it is giving me the sense that you can get out of your own prison, of this trap that you feel stuck in, and maybe you have to atone for something that you've done. Maybe someone else has to atone for something they've done to you. Maybe you have to forgive yourself. Maybe you need to forgive someone else. Maybe someone needs to forgive you. Again, use your discernment. This is a collective for multiple different people. But it looks as though you can leave. You can leave whatever stuck, stagnant prison you feel that you're trapped in. You can get out, especially with the card being in the reversal. It's really giving me these two cards. You can get out if you choose to. Choose to forgive, whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else. Choose to let go. Choose to move on. It's a choice. So let's get answers on moving forward. And it's funny because the lyrics are like, can't feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. That's also overindulgence, just letting you know. All right. So 2 cards have come out. Let go in the reversal, protection in the upright. What have I been saying? You have to let go, but because let go is in the reversal, like this boost of speed spinning, you're hesitant. What are you hesitant on letting go? And then protection. Protect yourself. Not only that, protect your dreams. Protect your happy ever after. Protect. And then that quick draw also is right above the protection, and quick draw is being able to like pew, 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 pew. You need to protect yourself. You need to say no if you need to say no. You need to chase your dreams if you want to chase your dreams. You need to make the choices if you need to make choices. And you need to let go of whatever is keeping you stuck in some type of way. And it's interesting because this let go card is a crab. And the crabs are known for Cancer zodiac signs, but crabs are also that hard shell, and that hard shell protects the soft, squishy inside of a crab. So this could also mean that like you're so, maybe you're scared. Maybe you're scared of letting go because it means you have to be vulnerable in some type of way. And it's really interesting how the very next card is protection, because you have that armor, maybe scared of being vulnerable, but you can still protect yourself even when you let go. I know it kind of sounds slightly oxymoronic, but again, when you let certain things go, you're making space for other new possibilities to come into your life. And just because you might have to let go of certain things right now, remember, more can always come into your life. You could have better. You just have to believe that you could have better, and then want to have that better. Want to have more. Knowledge in the reversal. So this is giving me the feeling like if you are trying to pursue certain projects, certain careers, or certain life paths, maybe you have to study a little bit more. Maybe you actually have to put in some effort, maybe take some classes, maybe pursue a degree, go back to school. Or maybe, because this is also in regards to having more mental clarity, making choices, identifying toxic habits, toxic mindsets, this knowledge could also represent knowing yourself more, but also knowing other people better, like observing people more, listening to your intuition more, listening to guidance, listening to advice, putting in effort to make better choices by being more knowledgeable. There are many different ways that we can interpret this knowledge card. So you might want to go back to school. You might need to go back to school. You might need to pursue some type of certificate program, some type of become a student, to a mentor, ask someone for advice. Not just anyone, but if you're trying to pursue a specific career field, ask people who have experience in those fields, for example. And if you're trying to identify who people are, get more information, ask them more questions. I was going to say final card for answer on moving forward, and then 2 cards got spit out. So these will be the final cards. First card is healing energy in the sideways. Next card is blessed day in the sideways, followed by defense in reversal at the bottom of the deck. So this altogether is giving me that you still need healing to do, that maybe in some way you are avoiding some healing. And again, other people, because this is for the childhood lessons, other people might still need healing to do. And then blessed day is being optimistic, believing the best, having more of a belief in the possibilities of life. Going back to this card, Some see the world as a place of infinite wonder and knowledge. Infinite wonder and knowledge. We have this knowledge right here. We have blessed day. So I think you need to have more optimism, more like inspiration, more happiness, more gratitude for life. And work on your inner healing. Work on like, especially with this defense card in the reversal. Defense is defense. Defense in the reversal is like you're not defending yourself. And that also reminds me of the strangling vines. Like, speak up. Speak up if something doesn't feel right. Defend yourself. Actually defend yourself. Stand up for yourself. And since this is the bottom of the deck, along with Purgatory in the bottom of the deck, like, get yourself out of being stuck, being imprisoned. Like, only you can do that. Yeah, this reading very much feels like you need to have more belief in yourself. You need to truly ask yourself what you really want in life. You need to make certain choices that you already know that you need to make, and don't allow people to convince you that you can't have what you want. I wish you much love and support on your journey, Scorpios. And if you would like a private one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my Linktree Tempest Trade in the description below. Until next time.